My dear students, today we are going to discuss another poem, Daffodils. We have completed a Psalm of Life. Today, Daffodils by William Wordsworth. One of the major poets of his time, Daffodils by William Wordsworth. He was born in 1770 and died in 1850. We all know that Wordsworth is known as the nature poet of nature, the most romantic poet. He started a new trend, a new age in English literature known as romantic age. Wordsworth, Coleridge, P.B. Shelley, they are romantic poets. Especially they describe, they present the beauty of nature. Nature is full of different beautiful things. Scenic beauty, we may call scenic beauty. Some people say that they are natural objects. But Wordsworth says, no, these are not objects, but there is a living spirit behind all these things. There is a living spirit behind nature, and that spirit molds, shapes human beings. Without nature, we cannot shape ourselves. We cannot mold ourselves. Our life is meaningless. You know that Wordsworth defined poetry as spontaneous overflow. Spontaneous. You see, in your book, page number 119, you see in introduction, there is the line spontaneous overflow of powerful feelings. Spontaneous. Spontaneous overflow. Overflow of powerful feelings. स्वतःस्फूर्त आवेगर परिप्रकाश ओवरफ्लो उछली पड़िबा आवेग when we see nature, we see sunset, sunrise, the greeneries, the bushes, the colorful flowers, butterflies, birds, chirping of the birds, then the murmuring sound of rivers, streams, the greenery of a cornfield, grassy land, all these things, twinkling stars, cloud, hills, all these things, they inspire us, they shape our morality. ସେମାନେ ଆମକୁ ସେପ୍ ଆମକୁ ଗଠନ କରନ୍ତି, ଆମର ନୈତିକତାକୁ ଗଠନ କରନ୍ତି, ଆମକୁ ଏକ ଜୀବନ୍ତ ସତ୍ତା ରୂପେ ଗଢ଼ି ତୋଳନ୍ତି. Spontaneous overflow of powerful feelings arising from emotions recollected in tranquility. Mark my word, tranquility. The poet says tranquility, বিজনতা, নীরবতা, You may say, when I sit inside a room, there is tranquility. Maybe, but that is not the real tranquility. You have to realize the spirit of nature. If you become very close with nature, go to the seaside, go to the cornfield, go to your hillside, you stand inside a garden, far from the hubbubs, the madding crowd. If you isolate yourself and if you go to a place where there are no crowds, no people, sit there for some time, see the sunrise, see the sunset, the waterfall, the chirping of birds, flying of birds, twinkling stars, the cornfield. You can feel something. You feel as if there is a spirit. That is known as spontaneous overflow of powerful feelings, arising emotions recollected in tranquility. नीरवता समयरे, विजनतारे, प्रकृति को निरीक्षण कला परे, प्रकृति को देखिला परे, उपभोग कला परे, आम भितर जो भाव आसे एक जीवंत सत्ता आमे अनुभव करू, नैसर्गिक आनंद अनुभव करू. If we express it in words, it becomes a poem. He is a poet of nature and he has used very simple words in his poems. He used common words to express his feelings. Let's come to the title, Daffodils. Come to the title of the poem, Daffodils. Daffodils, you might have heard the name, but most of us are quite unknown about this type of flower, daffodils. Especially these flowers are found in European countries. It is a bell-shaped flower of a golden yellow color and a beautiful fragrance that bloom in early spring, usually by the side of lakes. You may compare it with our lily or lotus. कई फूल पद्म फूल जेपरि आमर पानी रे फुटे, पोखरी भितरे, ह्रद भितरे, नदी पठारे पाखरे जेमती फुटे, ठीक सेहीपरि here we see daffodils are bell shaped flower of a golden yellow color. Golden yellow color and a beautiful fragrance. अति सुंदर सुगंध. They bloom in early spring. प्रस्फुटित हुअन्ति early spring, usually in the side of lakes. In England, you see there are a number of lakes. Wordsworth was born in the Lake District. अनेक सबुजिमा भरा, ह्रद भरा, छोट बड़ पहाड़ घेरा अंचल आमे देखिया पई पांती. तो सेही भली स्थान रे माने आमे जे कहू ह्रद, से ह्रदर कूल रे बिसाइड द लेक्स, द साइड ऑफ लेक्स आमे देखिया पई पांती एई भली एक हलदी रंगर फूल, घंटाकृति, घंटी आकृति, घंटा घंटी मंदिर रे थिबा घंटी आकृतिर फूल, फूलटी देखिया पई चारिपटरू घेरी रहिथिबो, तार पाखुड़ा गुड़िक घंटी सदृश, गोल्डन येलो कलर, अति सुगंधयुक्त, ହ୍ରଦ କୂଳରେ ଫୁଟିଥାଏ। You know that Wordsworth is a lover of nature, lover of beauty. So once he was wandering beside a lake, the very first line of the poem, I wandered lonely as a cloud, it indicates his stand, his point, his mentality, his thought. He was wandering beside a lake and he saw a number of daffodils, that golden colored flowers, enchanting flowers, beautiful flowers, and he stood there for some time and enjoyed the sight of the fluttering flowers. So let's come to the warm up in your book. This poem incorporates the ideas and aspects essential to romantic poetry. The field of daffodils is evidently the subject of this poem. The subject of this poem is daffodils. The subject matter, the poem centers around the flower daffodils. Subject of this poem making nature the most apparent feature throughout. A कवितार तार मुख्य विषय वस्तु daffodils, गोल्डन सुवर्ण रंग हलदी रंगर फूल, गोल्डन येलो फ्लावर्स. मुझे ठीक रे आई कांट डिस्क्राइब इट इन ओडिया, ताको ओडिया रे कहले कौन हम ठीक शब्द पाई दे पारुनी हुए तो गोल्डन येलो कलर फ्लावर ताको नहीं कविता लिखा जाए. मोस्ट apparent feature throughout, and Wordsworth adds a range of natural images such as lakes, trees, stars, even clouds in this poem. As we have already discussed, he is a nature poet, so he has added the words from nature, like lakes, trees, stars, even clouds. Through nature, a tranquil mood is instantly created from the very first line. Tranquil mood, spontaneous overflow of powerful feelings arising from emotions recollected in tranquil mood. While he was wandering, he was moving, he was roaming, he was enjoying the beauty of nature. He saw the daffodils, dancing daffodils, fluttering daffodils. From the very first line, that a tranquil mood is created. I wandered lonely. That lonely word, it indicates his mood, tranquil mood. The atmosphere of the poem is very peaceful, and the use of nature creates a joyful setting. Then the poet comes back and he muses that scene, that colorful setting, the beauty of nature. Then he wrote this poem, Daffodils. And in this poem, he presents, he recalls, he muses what he saw. What he saw there, beside the lake, beneath the trees. He recalls that scenery, that beauty, that enchanting beauty, that heart-touching beauty. And he writes the poem. He fully appreciates the cheerful sight of the dancing daffodils. He glorifies the beauty of nature and the bliss of solitude. Bliss of solitude, it is also a related word. It's a tranquility. You can say bliss of solitude. Bliss, perfect joy. Solitude, that is also a sort of tranquility. Niravata. নীরবতার বাস্তব আনন্দ। How he felt when he saw the daffodils. How the daffodils inspired him, gave him a perfect joy. How the daffodils touched his heart. How they made him emotional to enjoy the beauty of nature. Here he glorifies the beauty of nature and the bliss of solitude. Then we come to line by line in the poem in my next class. Thank you.